This episode of the Gamerheads podcast is brought to you by Seven Bridges Premium Gourmet Yum Yum Sauce. Enhance every bite with our savory blends of flavors, perfect for meats, vegetables, and crispy treats. Whether you're dipping, drizzling, marinating, grilling, roasting, or snacking, Seven Bridges Yum Yum Sauce takes your culinary experience to the next level. Get yours today and make every meal a gourmet delight.
Hi, I'm Celia Schilling from Yacht Club Games.
Hey, this is James from Mega Cat Studios.
Hey folks, this is Matt, aka Stormageddon from Reignite and the Fun and Games podcast.
This is Stephanie from the Boss Rush podcast and the Boss Rush Network.
Hey, this is Mark and Keon from Bonte Avond.
Hey, this is Sebastian with the ProNerdReport.com and the Single Player Experience podcast.
Hi, this is Chris.
Mike.
And Garrett from Daylight Basement Studio.
Hey, this is Baron J67 from Level 1 Gaming.
Hi, I'm Jacob McCourt from the Left Behind Game Club, Crossplay Conversations, and Video Game Trivia.
Hey, this is Todd Mitchell from Code Right Play.
Salutations, this is Mike Carroll from Stroll Art.
Hey, this is Jeff Moonen from Fun and Games Podcast.
What's good, y'all? This is Adam from Respawn Aimfire.
Hey, this is Patrick from the Backlog Odyssey.
Hey, this is Rune from Runic Codes.
Hi, this is Andrew from Spalato Bros.
Hi, everyone. Jill Grote here from the Indie Informer.
Hello, this is the Crypt Master, and you're listening to Roger You're listening to Roger on the Gamerheads podcast.
And welcome to another episode of the Gamerheads podcast. My name is Roger. Along with me this week, I have my good friends and co-host. I have Aman.
Hello.
And Zeb.
Hello.
Guys, it's been a while since we've recorded. So thank you for joining me. Yeah,
of course.
Right after PAX, I got really busy with a lot of interview opportunities.
Yeah, I feel that.
Yeah, that was cool. It was really cool. But I'm glad to have you all on the show. This last week, I guess by the time people listen to this, it was last week, there was the 6-1 Indie Showcase. And I would like to highlight some games. But before we get into that, Zeb, you and I were in the credits for the 6-1 Indie Showcase.
That's very true.
Yeah. So we both did a preview of a game. I did Kaz. I think it's Kaz. I think that's how I pronounce it. It is a roguelike arcade game that the subtitle to it, I called it Tricky Fingers, because you are just using the arrow keys, but you're moving as fast as you can. Or Twitchy Fingers, yeah. And I joked that I broke my keyboard, but it really is. It is really crazy. Like the keyboard. I mean, you are flying. It's just reaction to what's appearing on the screen. It's a fun game. It's a really cool game. People should go check that game out. What was your game, Zeb? What was the game that you?
Mine was Murray Wildwoods. It's like a cleaning game where you're a little Murray, which I looked it up. I'm like, is this a real animal? Because it has a wild tail. And no, but it seemed like Murray could be used for like the scientific name for a mouse.
Oh, okay.
Or something like that. But yeah, so you're this little mouse-like creature that has to clean the island of corruption. And it was just really cute. And you can pet the animals. And I'm really digging the chill games right now. And this one really just was perfect. And it even, like, if you read my preview, I talk about it. There's like, when you go to leave the area, there's like a meditation spot where you sit down and then the camera cuts to different parts that you've cleaned. And I realized in one area, it cuts to parts you haven't cleaned yet. I'm like, gotta get up, gotta go clean that real quick. But it's just the game just being like, this is what you did. Now relax for a minute before you go get on the grind again. And I just appreciated that. It was like Wonder Stop vibes of just
nice,
just relax.
Yeah, our games were polar opposites of what we play.
Sounds like it.
Yeah,
very much.
My game was not, but it was not a chill game. Although I would argue it kind of was a chill game, because you start getting into a groove and you just, you're just reacting. It's just a reaction. I don't know. I haven't checked the leaderboard, but I was in third place at one point. That was pretty cool.
Very good.
Yeah,
nice.
Yeah. But yeah, so those were two games that we previewed. I collected, or I wish list a bunch of games, and I'm going to go through the games that I added to my wish list, and then we can talk about any games that interested either of you as well. So I'm just going to go through this list here. I mean, I'll just go through the list. They're not in any order. They're just games that I wish listed. So the first game that I wish listed is a game that I can't believe I did wish list, because this is typically not my cup of tea, but it looks really good, and that's Rain 98. And I think, Aman, you played that at PAX, right?
I played it at PAX, and it intrigued me because I kind of like psychological horror.
Yeah.
And I also have it wishlisted myself from the PAX as well as 6180. And I found it to be one of those games that it strikes something in me, and it just makes me want to play it and figure out what in the world happened.
Yeah.
So
have you played this, Zeb? Have you played this at PAX?
No, I remember walking by the booth, and the art style and stuff really drew me in, because I was like, oh, it looks anime and I just like that. And especially like Persona is just a fun game to play because of that kind of stuff too. But apparently everyone else did, because they always had a line, and I was like, I got other things I gotta go do, or I just gotta go sit down actually.
Yeah. I didn't know it was at PAX. Otherwise, I probably would have checked it out myself too.
It was like Disguise, I remember. It was like on another booth that was showing off PCs, I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
And you could play that on the game. The PC.
Okay. Yeah, it's very, like you said, Zeb, it has that anime look to it. It has like a 1980s anime look to it.
Yeah.
Which, like, the game that's coming out on the Switch too, like Orbitals, I think that's what it's called, right? That one that's coming out.
Mm-hmm.
That has that 80s kind of anime vibe. This one also does too. There's something that they did with the filter too that make it looks older, right? And it looks really cool. Like, I just love the look of it so much. And I am not a horror fan, but I will power through it to play this game because it looks so good. It looks so good, and I'm really excited about this game. So that's Rain 98. That was the first game that was on my list. So this game, I was actually surprised. This actually is out. Well, I think it's out in early access right now. And this game it's actually a tabletop RPG game that got made into an action game. I actually play a spin-off of this game right now. I'm playing it. This game is called Morkborg, and I'm playing Pirate Borg right now. But Morkborg, Heresy Supreme, it's this action RPG game, hack and slash. If you've ever played any of I don't know if either of you are huge fans of, probably not many people know Morkborg at all. Like, have you heard of that at all? Okay. So the whole premise of these games is, one, that the systems are like, they're not like D&D where they're like really deep. They're like easy mechanics to play, but also your character is going to die. Like, you don't have many hit points. And like, I'm like, this game might be interesting, because as I was watching it, you also don't have a lot of hit points in this game. And the artwork looks really, really good. It's like this, I don't know, Mad World kind of artwork, which is very similar to the books as well, the RPG books. I don't know if did either of you catch this game at all on the 61 Indie showcase or anywhere else?
It sounds familiar, but I don't remember much about it.
Yeah. It is an acquired taste game, and that is my kind of game. So that's one's Morkborg, Heresy Supreme. The next one is on my list is this. They're so different. They're polar opposites here. This one's an exploration puzzle type game. This one's called Go North. That one is a lot more chill vibes to it than Morkborg for sure. I don't know what's wrong with me. I like both of those types of games. But yeah, this one looked really cool. I thought that it just has like this cozy vibe to it, and very chill, and has some puzzles to it. I don't know. It looks really good.
Yeah, I agree. I saw that one, caught my eye too. The problem with me is I watched it at work.
Oh, yeah.
And I didn't wish list anything because I can't have my phone out at work.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I forgot I need to watch it again so I can wish list everything. But yes, I remember that one. That was very chill.
Yeah, that one looks really cool. The next game on my list here is this game called Forklift Power Flower Pot. This artwork in this game looks so good, but actually what caught my attention more than anything else was the trailer leading up to this game. So the dev was really creative and goofy, and he is like talking about how like nature has always inspired him and he's always found it interesting, and it's like this funny stuff going on. It just looks really, really good. I mean, he did a really, really good job with that, and then the game looks really, really good. But my favorite part was he said, "All right, let's roll the credits," and then he goes rolling down a hill. Like this, I thought that was hilarious, and I was just like, "Oh man, listen, there are the stereotypes of developers being introverted people." And I love the fact that he went out there on a limb and just was like, you know what? I'm going to do something different. And it caught my attention. And then the game caught my attention too. So it looks really good. So yeah, this game is like, it's some kind of investigative game, I think. There's looks like some kind of detective elements to it, and it has a lot of exploration to it. And the artwork looks very like, I don't know, like early PS2 kind of, or maybe GameCube type games. I don't know, like inspired by maybe Nintendo things as well. I'm not sure. It just looks really, really cool.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna keep going through my list here. Another game that's on my list here is it's by one of our friends, Buffalo, and that's Rewrite. This one is a party-based RPG hack and slash where you ride around in mechs, and it looks so different than their other games, and that's what I love about this game.
Yeah.
It's just so different than Fresh Tracks. And what was the bird one, the bird seeing one?
I might say it was Bird Eye, but I don't.
I think it was like Bird Seeing VR.
Yeah, I think you're right. Yeah. It was a VR game for sure. But this game looks really good. I just think I love how studios try something different, and this looks so different. But yeah, I love the art style in this game too.
Yeah, Birdseed VR.
Okay.
That was their other one. But yeah, that game caught my eye right away because it was like, oh, they made Fresh Tracks, and then it's like, mechs, and you get bigger, and it's like, okay, this game looks fun. This game looks real fun.
Yeah, for sure. So that certainly caught my eye, and also they're friends of the podcast too, so it's kind of fun to see them.
Yeah,
with a new game.
Yeah, it was cool being like, I know people that are on these showcases.
Yeah, isn't that cool? Yeah, I love that. Another game that's on my list is this game that looks so good. It's called Punch Lunch Food Truck Fighter. So you go around and you're beating up these guys, and then you are cooking for them as well. This looks so goofy, but so good. It looks so fun, and I love the art style in this game as well. It's very cartoony kind of art, but it did catch my attention because it looked like he was beating somebody up, or the protagonist was beating somebody up, and then they served them food. I was like, what's going on here? This is crazy. But that one looks really good. Cutout Village is another one on my list here. And this is a city builder, but they actually cut out all the houses and everything. They actually cut them all out. They showed it on their trailer, cut it all paper and set it all up. And you build this city out of those cutouts that they actually created. What a cool concept. I just think that's such a neat idea. And that's one thing that I really love about the indie scene is that they try such different things and unique things, right? And and you wouldn't get that in a AAA studio, something like this. This looks really fantastic. So I'll just name a couple more here. Ragdoll Physics Experiment. Have you guys seen this game?
I remember that one. That one looks really fun.
As well, yeah.
This one is a first-person puzzle walking simulator, and you are playing as basically like a test dummy, and you have to figure out certain puzzles, but also make it through different experiments and stuff like that. It looks really good. It just looks, again, so different than any other game I've seen before. So like I love how that looks.
It reminded me of like Stanley Parable.
Yeah,
the way
yeah.
there's like a narrator and stuff.
Yeah, for sure.
Very breaking the fourth wall.
Yes, for sure. And then I'll just name one more here that I thought this game looked really, really good. I'm really excited for this one, and this one's called Sloppy Forgeries. So this one is a player versus player where you speed painting, where you're taking real paintings and then you have to paint them with your mouse as fast as you can, and then you're judged to see who does a better job. And it looks so good. It looks so interesting, and apparently the dev has been working on this for quite some time. And then
I can see why.
Yeah, I can't wait for like Games Done Quick to do kind of a segment of this, because I think that would be really fun to watch, right? Like, and I think like a streaming, just anybody streaming this game would be. We should do this actually for our Extra Life event this coming year. Stream this game because I think it's online. I think
really
you can
fun.
play online against people. So, but yeah, those were just a couple of the games that were on my list. Anything else like that either of you wanted to talk about that stood out? I know, Aman, you didn't catch it, but I know you played a couple of these games.
I wanted to call out one that I was looking through actually right before we aired this episode. And one that I had my eyes on for a while. First one I'll talk about is Framemakers. It reminds me a lot of one of the Switch games. I'm forgetting the name right now, but it reminds me a lot of that, and it looks super fun. I am a big fan of PvP type games, and this just caught my eye as one of the ones that I would probably play in my spare time, along with Roller Girl.
Yeah, Roller Girl.
I saw it at PAX and it caught my eye, and I've been keeping an eye on it very, very loosely ever since. And that was one of the ones where I'm very excited for them to be pushing it and rolling it out.
Yeah. Pun intended? Pun not intended?
Pun intended there.
Okay. It's interesting because we just had Mixtape, right? Where it like leans into like this nostalgia, and this game has very much the same kind of vibes to me. You know, even the developer talks about how this is a retelling of her youth and the music influenced, in her youth. I think it looks good. I think it looks so good, and I'm excited for this one too. I think this is it's a fun game, and it's right up my alley where you go around and help people out and listen to music. Like, that sounds really fun. It reminds me a little bit of like, in a way, I'm just saying this, like Crazy Taxi, only because you're going around and picking people up, right? And you're dropping them off and you get to listen to fun music. Like, it kind of reminds me of that in a way. So
yeah, I could see it.
Any other games, Aman, that you wanted to shout out?
That was it from my side. Yeah.
Okay. What about you, Zeb? Anything else that caught your eye?
Yeah, first one that just looks like stupid fun is that Flip Flop Fury, where that really angry lady just is done with the dicks in society and just throws her flip flop out. And your job is to control the aerodynamic flip flop and making sure it hits its target. And it just looks like a really clever way to make some puzzles, and the humor of it all really helps with it too. I'm looking forward to that one. And then the Please Insert Disc. I was a PS2 kid, and that was like that. As soon as I saw that little scene show, like where the boot up basically of the PlayStation 2, I was like, I need to play this game. And then it was a horror game.
Yeah, that's why I was like, it's a horror game, so that's why I'm not going to play this game.
I'm extra wanting to play this now because, it's going to feed off of that childhood trauma of late night PlayStation's been idle, and your imagination as a 12-year-old can do some crazy things when that happens. So I'm really looking forward to that one. And also, I love the PS2 menu. I mean, it was the one, I still think it's the best. I set my PlayStation 5 to that, and then they took it away from me.
Did they really?
And they gave it back, but they took away like the noises. Like, they even had all the noise effects and everything, but now at least the
The
look is
nostalgia
there.
of the PS2 will always be in my brain, especially when the disc wasn't inserted the right way and it just booted into a different menu, and you were like, "What the heck?"
Yeah, and you got scared.
Yeah,
It made a different noise as well.
Yeah. And then 2 that are actually out now, which this is like why I need to pay attention to the like actual Steam page and not just watch the thing at work. The Walk the Frog, that looks really cute, and you'll just put in little sticky notes to help your little frog man get to his frog buddies or whatever.
Yeah.
That just looks like a cute puzzle game. And then Black Jacket. When I first
I just
saw
picked that
it,
game up.
I'm that one screamed you as well, Roger. I thought for sure. But I'm excited for it because it's like Balatro, but with Inscription mixed into it too. So there's actually a story, which I need something to say, hey, keep doing this, or so you can unlock the mystery or whatever. And Balatro is just do it. And it's fun for passing time. But yeah, this was something that was like, ooh, that looks fun. And I like Blackjack. I like Blackjack more than I like poker. So
yeah, me too.
I'm more excited for that.
Yeah.
And then I think that might have been it.
Yeah, no, I would say, I was going to say that game is really fun. There are cards, obviously, that can change the way Blackjack is played, right? And then you play against people, and then there's finally the boss that you play against in each run, right? And you have to win coins from them. Like, that's the whole point, is like, if you win a round, then you get their coins. You have to put bets in, and if you can win all their coins, then you beat that person. And the first boss, when I got to the boss, I was like, oh man, I'm gonna win. I was winning. And then I don't know, like, the luck just went south for me, and then I lost.
Winning anymore.
Yeah. And then start all over. And it's really fun. It's voice acted, and it's well voice acted too. So it's an interesting game for sure. Check that out.
Okay.
That one was at PAX. I did see that one at PAX as well. So
okay.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah. So those were our highlights from the 6-1 Indie Showcase. If you haven't checked it out, go check it out. It is live right now. You can check it out on their channel or on their site. You can also check it out. IGN also hosted it as well. So yeah, go check it out. There's a lot of different places you can check it out.
Quick hour and a half showcase.
Yeah, 61 games, 93 minutes. It's amazing. No commercials. Just straight up games. So
and the hosts are actually pretty funny compared to other Game Award hosts. I'm just saying.
Yes.
I got some actual chuckles out of me, not just a...
Yeah, me too. Well, and it does help that we know them personally, but...
Maybe, but I don't know.
Also, I wasn't crying at the end. I wasn't crying.
I didn't have to hide my face at work.
Yeah. No, I was crying. Well, let's move on to games that we're currently playing. Zeb, there's a game that you're playing that I want to know your thoughts, because by the time this airs, you can talk about it, so we'll talk about it now. And that is Mina the Hollower.
You?
I've played it at East a couple years ago, and then I played it at West last year, I think, or the year before. No, the year before, because it was with you weren't. Mon, you weren't there for Hot Dog Guy. I don't think you were there for Hot Dog Guy.
I saw Hot Dog Guy, but I don't remember where he was. What game he was from.
So it was Hot Dog Guy year, which wasn't last year. So it was 2 years ago, and then I think I played Mina at East 3 years ago, something like that. But you are playing it for review, and Zeb, what are your thoughts?
It's fun. I never played Shovel Knight, so like I don't have that to really base it off of that much.
It's not like Shovel Knight. It's not like Shovel Knight.
Okay, maybe I should actually looked at a video of Shovel Knight just to compare them. But yeah, it's just a really well paced game and like combat is smooth, and it's just, it throws me off. Like it does something weird with my brain for a game that's so retro-esque, just to have such smooth controls, and for Mina to do everything that I want her to do. And I don't know, it's just really fun. And then the story, I'm already like, okay, this is really interesting. And it's not just like, go do this. There's actually like some like subtle undertones that if you pay enough attention, you're like, okay, there's deeper things than just bad guy, good guy, turn the beacons on kind of thing. So that just that differentiation of just not a black and white story gets me. And then I don't know. I have a couple things written down, which just like the highlights that won't give away the review really, but the puzzles are really fun. I really like that. I did turn on some of the accessibility settings because I was like, this game is also kind of hard, and
it's very hard.
I don't want to just get stuck in and not be able to review enough of the game. So I turned some of them on to make it a little easier on myself. But even like the jumping puzzles, which there's no easy way to make those. You just get reset back to the beginning. But they're fun, and I was like, I want to get to the end of this. And it takes a lot for a game to be difficult, and for me to want to overcome that difficulty in a way. And I'm already planning on starting another save slot with no of the accessibility settings on, so I can get the achievements and say I did it, because I'm like, I can play Silk Song. I should be able to do this. So
yeah,
I'm using it for this. But boss design is great. And there's some like not jump scares, but shocking like boss battles that happen out of nowhere that you just aren't expecting. And it's a fun game. And I can tell, like, so they were at PAX like 4 years ago, or
they were at East, I think 3 or 4 years ago, and then West 2 years ago.
They've been putting in the time during those years in development, and it just plays super smooth. And it reminds me of the Hollow Knight Silk Song, just difficulty, but also just that the control feel of your character is, like I said, smooth. But then you got the retro 16-bit music in your ear, and the graphics make you feel like you're playing like a Game Boy game. It's this, and this is like my first true retro style game that I've played since the old school like Nintendo games. So it's fun to go back to it, and I remember why. I like playing video games with playing this, and I'm like, now I see why people like going back to the old school retro games, but in newer iterations of them, because they play better, but they remind you of your childhood.
Nostalgia factors there.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I'm a millennial, so that nostalgia factor really hits.
Well, talk to a Gen Xer, and it really, really hits. Actually, we forget what nostalgia is, right? We're like, oh yeah, we did play that game. One of the things that I found interesting was that it looks a lot like a Zelda game, like a Link to the Past, or
it reminds me of Link's Awakening.
Link's Awakening is the one I was thinking of, not Link's
like the
Past.
one
Link's
old
Awakening.
school Zelda game I've played.
Mm-hmm.
And like even like the side quests and stuff, I'm like, it's just, they're not just here's a bunch of quests in your journal. No, it's just like, oh, the person said something, and the text is in a different color, so your mind automatically is like, okay, that's important, but it doesn't record it in any way for you to remember. Or so it's just like, just like Link's Awakening, there's context clues like, go north, my rooster's up there, and stuff like that, you know?
Yeah. But it fooled me though, because it looks and feels like a Zelda game, but the way it plays is much more like a Souls-like game, because it's really hard.
It's very fast paced and hard.
It's very fast paced. And I was expecting to be able to go in there kind of like a Zelda game where I can just kind of whack, and no, that you can't. You have to really dodge and move around and burrow underneath the ground. That's like her special move is that she can go underground.
Hollower.
She's a hollower, yeah. And there was a boss. I don't know, because it's hard for me to tell because they just threw me into the game, so I don't really know what level I was playing. I don't know what. I'm guessing it's an early on boss because it wasn't. I mean, it was early on. It was like when I first played it at PAX. So, but they had you play this through this part, and I made to the boss. So I made to the boss and I died, and then I had to go back, start over, and I made to the boss again, and I died, and I died, and I died, and I finally got there, and I beat him, and I cheered, and the person that was there with me, he's like, "Oh, he's not done. He has a second round." And I was like, "What?" And I knew at that moment, if I died again, I wouldn't be able to get to him. I was tired. It was like the last day of PAX as well. And I pulled it off. I beat him, and it was such an amazing feeling, but also I was super exhausted at the end of that battle. Do you feel that? Do you feel that as well, Zeb?
Oh yeah, I feel that with all the Souls games, or Silk Song being the most recent example. I just was bashing my head for 2 days against this boss, because I'm not good at these games by any means. I can be persistent if I want to be.
Yeah.
And I finally beat him, and I just I just dropped the controller. I'm just like, oh my god, I finally did it. And I just I didn't really even want to play anymore. I wanted to keep playing the game, obviously, but just for I was like, I just kind of want to watch a TV show, an episode before I go back. Yeah, it's just, it's exhausting.
It is exhausting.
Feels physically exhausting, but it's pretty much all mental.
Yeah. But Mina is really amazing. I mean, I got the play of it at PAX. It is an amazing game. And it, like you said, to me, I think what you said resonated most with me is that, it looks like a retro style game, but plays like a modern game. And it feels so smooth and so fluid. And it has to be, because Mina, the game is that hard that there are parts where there are platforms moving and you have to go underneath, go onto those platforms, jump onto those platforms, go back under the ground. It is there's so much going on in those games. It has to be that precise. Otherwise it won't work. And
I never got really frustrated at the controls. I never was like, why didn't you do this? I wanted you to.
Yes,
no,
I got frustrated with me. Yeah, exactly. It's every mistake was always on me. And I made a lot of them.
And that's a good game.
Yeah, exactly.
Me too.
But no, Mina is really good. I can't wait to read your final review and see what you score it. But that's releasing this week. So cool. Aman, what have you been playing? Have you been playing any games?
I have been playing a lot of Division 2 and Final Fantasy 14. Was some of my two main
you're really into the live service games, huh?
I would say so, yeah.
What other one are you playing, speaking of live service games?
I've been playing a little bit of
about it.
Destiny 2.
Yeah.
There was news this week that they're doing their final updates for the game in its entirety, I think June 9th. What's the date they said?
June 9th.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I've been playing the game since D1, 2016, I want to say it was, when I started. So about 10 years of my life. It's been a big part of my life. So super bummed out, but excited to see what Bungie has in store and what they're gonna.
We'll see.
Hopefully.
We'll see. I don't know. It's funny because I didn't really play much of Destiny 1. And then when Destiny 2 came out, a bunch of my coworkers are like, we should play this game. And I played once with them. And we rolled credits. Because it's that first boss that you play, or that first. I don't know. I don't know enough about.
You did the Red War.
Yes. Thank you, Zeb. Because I was gonna say, I don't know enough about the lore to know what I did, but I did something, and I rolled credits. And then I didn't play that game for a really long time after that. And then I jumped into it because I was like, oh, yeah, I had fun when I played it. And then I jumped in and I was like, what is happening? Where am I? Like, this is not where I left my character off. I don't know what's happening. What is this? What is this? This is not where I left off. I was like, I'm on some weird planet. And I don't know. And then I'll share this. Then I played with some other friends and they're like, we're going to do this tower or something. And we played until like 1 o'clock in the morning. And then we died. And they're like, okay, let's do it again. And I was like, no, it's 1 o'clock in the morning. I'm going to bed. I'm not playing, because it took like 2 hours to get where we were. And I was like, I'm not doing that again. That's not worth it. There's things that I like about Destiny 2. I like the this sounds weird, but I like the idea behind it, and like the my friends and I played this, and we saw this boss with like the stories that I have with my friends, right? Like that's part of the narrative, I think, of that game for me. But I don't know if it has to be Destiny 2. Like I'm actually enjoying Warframe more than I enjoyed Destiny 2. So I don't know. But I get it. And it's funny because Steph actually, she wrote this week's article and she messaged me and said, got a little emotional writing about we do the Weekend Warrior article and you all talked about Destiny 2 and your love for that game. And I don't have the same love. It's weird, but I mean, I get it though. So.
I mean, if it wasn't for Destiny, Amon and I wouldn't even be here right now.
You wouldn't be here, yeah.
Your parents had you because of Destiny?
Trina, would I have met Trina, Roger?
I wouldn't have been in the Trina, Zeb, and Steph group at all.
Okay.
I found them randomly during a late night Destiny session, and
that's funny.
And so we ended up becoming good friends from that. I would hope, at least. I would define it as good friends. But yeah, that is how we became very, very close.
Interesting. Yeah, I think that's interesting. I think that's where Destiny is, or any of those kind of games, right? That's where the power is more of like the people that you play with and the friendships you make, and I think that's the part that people are going to miss the most, probably.
Yeah. It's
the shenanigans.
Yeah, I think we said it last night when we were doing a raid. I was like, I'm only sad because I met you guys. That this is ending, not that the game isn't necessarily ending. Because if I hadn't met like Amon and Steph and Trina, I'd probably been like, oh man, that game was fun. It was a fun story, but whatever. But yeah, it's just, and it's not even, it's so weird because it's not ending. Like the servers aren't going offline. It's not pulling a Concord or anything like that.
Yeah, but it is the beginning of the end of the beginning. Right?
That's the thing, right? It's the beginning and the end. Once we're done with the new content, we might boot it up for fun once in a blue moon to do a raid. And like we're realizing right now, oh, we forgot almost all the raids in this game. Like we forgot like the details of them at least. So it's almost more fun again, being like, I don't know what to do. And like the chaos that comes from that instead of going into the encounter, it's just pure silence. Everyone knows their roles already because we've done it 20 million times and done formulaic. And I think that magic being back is also really helping right now too. Is this unknown? It's like I don't remember crap anymore.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, that's a very fun story, and it's very touching that that's how you all met, and I love that. I just don't have the same love for it. It's a fun game. It's not that it's. And like you said,
it'd be like if PAX ended, Roger.
That would make me very that is a good analogy. I would be really, really, really sad. Like I would be the saddest person in the whole world. Like
we could still hang out, but
we could still hang out. The
place.
The PAX was the place. That would make me very sad. I get it now. Now that you put in context, I get it. Cool. Anything else, Simon, that you're playing besides those games?
Those 3 games are the main ones. I need to get caught back up and relearn Destiny from the beginning again. I spent, I think, the last 2 nights just figuring out my character, my builds, everything, and I think I'm back to where I was, maybe like 90% back.
Yeah.
But it's still going to take a little bit of relearning, especially with some of the newer stuff they're releasing and all that sort of thing.
Yeah. That's always been my problem with any of those live service games, right? That always happens. So cool. I've been reviewing a couple games. So the latest review is up on the site, and that game is called Wardrum. It is a rhythm-based RPG, strategy, tactics, roguelike, and all those things I love. I love all those genres, every one of those genres. And I should love a mix of all of those. You put all those things together, you mix them together. It should be tasty. It should be like a delicious meal for me. And I didn't like it as much as I thought I was going to. The things I really liked about it. So by its parts, in its individual parts, it does everything really well. The combat is amazing. The rhythm-based part of it is so good. The art is beautiful. It's like this pixelated, it looks like Octopath Traveler because it kind of does that 3D, 2D type thing, right? And it zooms in when they're doing the battles, and it just looks so good. The art's so good. It's an RPG, so you level up your characters, and then you can learn new abilities, and you can craft things. And it's a roguelike. And in roguelikes, progression is handled differently. Progression is usually handled by you earn game currency, you spend game currency when you die, and then you use that to do an overall progression of like things like opening up different abilities or doing different things. In this case, opening up different characters, getting oases where they can heal and things like that. Also in roguelikes, you die and then you start all over. And in RPGs where you spend time leveling up your characters and you have to start all over, it feels really weird. I don't like that feeling. And that really offset me a lot from this game. Like it just was really frustrating because, and I said this in my review, like I don't mind grinding. Like in fact, I grind in every RPG. I grind a lot just so I can overlevel my characters, so I feel like I'm the boss walking into an encounter, right? But the thing is, like, the game doesn't ask me to do that. I choose to do that, right? But when the game asks you, you have to grind to level up. Oh, well, we're going to take that away from you. We're going to make you start all over and start from level 1. That feels not good to me. So that was my biggest gripe to it, is like those two progression systems were working against each other because they're just different. They don't work the same, right? Like progression and work in roguelikes, I get it. I understand how those work. Progression in RPGs, I get that. I get how those works. But when you have to reset progression in an RPG, it doesn't feel good. So anyway, I gave it a B because that's the main reason. I kept going. I persisted every single time. I jumped right back in and I was just like, all right, let's do this again. And it's because the game is fun to play. If it was not fun to play, I would say this sucks and I'm done with this game. But because it's fun to play, I jumped back into it. So yeah, I think that's deserving of a B. It is also really, really hard because within the first couple of encounters, you're taking on enemies that can like do poison arrows and deal half damage to your tanks. And it's like, well, how am I supposed to, I can't compete against this, right? So, but it's still a fun game. And I enjoyed the rhythm piece of it. I enjoyed the art and I enjoy RPGs. So if it just would have allowed me to carry over my stats, I think it would have been okay. So that one I've been playing. There's a demo I've been playing of a game. This one's called, everybody knows me now. Like that's all you play is roguelikes, right? And pretty much this is true. This one is called Fame or Folly. It's a roguelike game where a deck builder, but instead of cards, you have different members of a traveling group of musicians. And they have to play in front of a crowd, and you are playing random cards. You're putting them down that you collect, and some of the cards have like an upset face or like a sad face on it, like a drunkard, for instance, and then they get the crowd to be upset. They might earn you coin to buy new cards, for instance, but they don't get you points. You need so many points to beat a certain level, right? So like, and it's just like, if I play this card, if I play Minstrel and I play like a vendor, those two might complement each other and give points, and then I can earn more. They might like double my points and stuff like that. But those bad cards typically don't give you points. Sometimes they do. And if you get 7 sad faces, then you bust, and then you lose all your points that you earned. So it's kind of like blackjack in that way. Like, right, you got to like watch and make sure you're not going to go over that amount. It's cool. It's a cool concept. And then the boss battles are, you're playing in front of a monarch, and you have to win them over, and their points are very high too. Yeah, it's cool. It's a cool game. It's a cool concept. That's one thing I love about indie games, is that every time I think, oh, everything's been done in this genre, somebody's like, hold on, I have an idea. And I was like, oh, that's cool. So yeah, it's a neat game. The demo's out right now. I think they're going to be featured in one of the Deck Builder Steam Fest games or events coming up here. So go check that out. That's Fame or Folly. And then I didn't get to play them yet. I'll just mention this real quick here. I picked up 2 games cheap. Lego 2K Drive is being delisted, and it might have been delisted already. I'm not sure. So it was on the eShop for $15. I got it on Amazon for $10 physical. So I thought that was a real steal.
Nice.
And then a company that I will not name, because I don't want to give them any publicity, but I did get a game from them. I got Mario and Luigi Brothership for $15, and I was just like, hey, listen, I'll just buy it for $15, right? Like,
you didn't want to give Sony the recognition?
That's true. I didn't want to give Sony the recognition. So I listen, I figured if they're selling this game for $15, they're probably not making any money on it. So I was like,
that's true.
I'm going to buy this game from you. It's a brick and mortar store. I'll just say that. And I think everybody can probably figure out what store I'm talking about. On a side note, just real quick, I did have to go send my Wii in to get fixed. So the disk drive, which apparently is very typical, went out on it. It wasn't reading anymore on my disk, and that made me really sad, because my Wii is a gift that my wife got me for our 1-year anniversary. She bought it when the Wii came out as our 1-year anniversary, and it was really hard to get, and she like persisted and got one for me. And so like, that's my favorite game system because of that, right? I have a lot of nostalgia behind it. And then it wasn't playing games and made me really sad. So I will name this store. There's a store called Gaming Generations in Stevens Point. There are other places too, but they service systems, and they're like, yeah, we can take care of it for you. So they sent it off and got it fixed, and I have it back, and I'm happy. Yeah. So, but yeah, that's what I've been playing, really. I think there's other games here and there that I've been kind of dabbling with, but those are the main ones I've been playing. So before we head out, why don't we tell people how they can find us and get a hold of us online? Aman, how can people follow you on social media?
You can follow me on Instagram, as well as if you want to reach me, you can probably just message us on Gamerheads on Instagram. I am running that whole show, so if you want to reach me, that's probably the best way.
Yeah. Nice. Thank you for doing that, by the way. You are Mr. Gamerheads.
It's been an honor.
You're the Instagram Mr. Gamerheads.
I am the Instagram Mr. Gamerheads.
Zeb, how can people follow you on social media?
Find me at Blue Sky at ZeBear and on the Gamerheads podcast website, and Hey Kiddo, the Warframe podcast that Jake, Trina, and I.
Yeah. Nice. And listeners, you can follow us on Blue Sky at Gamerheads Podcast. You can follow gamerheadspodcast.com. You can follow me at Rogue Leader 1976, or you can go to our website at gamerheadspodcast.com. I also been doing shorts, so Aman's been posting those on Instagram. I've been calling that the morning grind, and it's just like a topic of something that either a game or something that I've seen, or it could be just thoughts that I have. I don't know. It's whatever floats my boat in the morning, and then I just record it, and it's like 30 to 40 seconds long, and let us know what you think of those videos. So Ahmad, thank you so much for joining us, and Zeb, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
And listeners, thank you so much for giving us a listen. If you like what you hear, we'd love to hear from you. Leave us your thoughts. Give us a review. And if you enjoy the show and you have the means, consider being a patron of the Gamerheads podcast, just like Sarah, Adam, Phil, and Matt. So thank you so much for your support. And for as low as $3 a month, you can support us as well. With that, everyone, stay safe and game on. And we'll talk to you next week. Bye.
Bye.